Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to be showing you some games that my friend played, and they were tough to watch. They're not the best, but he actually does have a YouTube channel if you want to go to subscribe to it. It's Lettuce, I believe, but to find him you have to search up Lettuce Lover 1904. It's a good channel, some quality content. So, for some context, he likes to start every game with the Berlin Wall defense. So, starts h4, his opponent goes d5. Go to the analyst here. Then he goes g4, completely giving up a pawn, which his opponent takes with bishop takes g4. He just goes f4. His opponent drops his bishop back to f5. Then he goes d4. His opponent goes e6, trying to develop this bishop, opening up the queen. He goes c4. Don't ask me why. His opponent takes on c4. Now he goes b4, allowing song, which his opponent doesn't do. They develop their knight to c6. Oh, and it also blundered a pawn to the bishop with check. Now he goes e4, pushing his other pawn up the hill. His opponent just takes, now attacking his rook. And now, in the first 8 moves, he has moved all his pawns up 2 squares. He has lost 3 of them. He's about to lose the rook. So he's down +8 in the first 8 moves of the game. He now takes back the pawn. So now only +7. Opponent takes. He develops his knight to h3. Now his opponent attacks his queen. He takes the bishop, blundering his queen in 1 move, and now he's down +14 on the 12th move of the game. He plays king f2, attacking the knight. The knight takes another piece, so it's +15. He plays check. His opponent blocks. He drops back, blundering his bishop. +18. Not a great game here. He now blunders his knight, both of them, with 1 move. It's not looking good. He moves his rook. Bye-bye bishop. Pushes his pawn. Bye-bye rook. How is that? Knight g1's the next move. Check. Blocks. Pawn castles. He pushes f5. He loses his knight. It is +32. That's the worst material advantage I've ever seen in a normal game. He takes a knight. It's only +29. But he loses some pawns. It's back up to the +30s. It's ladder mate. So, though, and for some clarification, I believe he's like 0-5-2, so he's never won a game, but he's drawn twice. And I would say that, let me pull up the game, give me a minute. This game was his best game. It was a draw. This was the game right before the one he played that we just saw. So he had the white pieces, and he played a mini Berlin defense, as he called it. h3, his opponent d5. Here, his opponent, he just pushed all his pawns up once. Now, his opponent plays this move. Like, what? And then my friend took back with his king. Interesting decision when you could take back with a queen, a bishop, or a knight, but you take with the king. What? What is the opponent doing? What? He moved his king back when there's no pawn. His opponent takes. He takes back with the knight. Opponent takes. He goes back with the queen. Now, what is this move? Blunders a bishop 3 different ways. Blunders b7. Huh? Queen d1. What? Take the bishop. He recaptures with the queen. He actually told me, I saw this game and I asked him what his thought process was, and he said that he wanted to move his queen back to defend his piece, which isn't bad thinking, but you could have just taken the bishop. Okay, so he's down +1. Moved his queen back to d1 for like the second time in this game. I don't know what the opponent's doing with his rook. This actually is quite a smart move because it threatens this, which would trap the rook. And as we can see, he actually does that. He spots it. Their opponent plays knight d7 and he takes the rook. So he's winning. He plays rook h2. Okay, his opponent takes rook. Now he blunders his rook. Now he's completely losing, and his opponent sees it. He plays king c2. His opponent takes their pawn. Now he plays king c1. He's down +5 at this point. But usually, at this point, the game's over because he lost. So he's not doing too bad, considering. His opponent plays knight d4, attacking 2 pawns. These 2 pawns, but they're both defended, so. He takes a pawn, which is a solid move. His opponent now completely blunders his knight, which he sees. So, now his opponent blunders. But he reblunders. Now queen trade. That's what happens. How's this game gonna end? How did he draw this game? He lost another pawn. He's just down 3 pawns. He attacks the rook, but he blunders his knight. Oh, but he didn't see it. He took a pawn. The king moves. He takes another pawn, completely blundering his rook. But guess what? He didn't see it. But he saw that he blundered his rook and he took their rook. He's now just up a rook for a pawn. He could have won the knight here, but instead he put rook g3. He could have played rook f8 check, winning this knight. The game. Okay, let's go back here. Now he just blunders another. He's guaranteed a draw, but he ends up drawing. How? He has a knight, a pawn, and a rook, and a king against a king. He was cooking. He lost his pawn. He didn't know how to checkmate. He's a 100, so cut him some slack. He didn't know how to checkmate with a rook and a knight. He didn't want to shuffle anymore. He wanted the game to end. So he sacrificed the rook! Sorry for my terrible screaming. His opponent took. His opponent took and draw because you can't checkmate with a knight. And that's how. That was his best game. So, he has a lot of improvement. He doesn't really play chess anymore. Maybe I could train him sometime, and maybe we could make a video about that. If you guys like to see that, make sure to like this video. If you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate it if you subscribed. Have a great rest of your day. Goodbye.